What up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. I'm Anthony TV. And look, do me a favor, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and definitely drop a comment if you got some comments. Alright, so before we get into today's video, I just want to say shout out to all the guys that's coming on board to food service. I read all my comments. Shout out to all my subscribers that's been telling me they either just got hired on with a particular food service company or they're in the process of getting hired on. So shout out to you guys. I've had people tell me that, they came into food service, particularly, came on board with GFS because of watching my videos and things of that nature. And, I just want to say, hopefully you guys have a good experience, man, for sure. It's definitely a great company to work for, in my opinion. So hopefully you guys have just as a great experience as I've had being with the company. And to you guys that's, with other companies, hope you guys have a good experience as well. Again, shout out to all you guys. Appreciate you commenting. Appreciate you watching the videos, subscribing to the channel. Or if you're not subscribed, appreciate you watching the videos. But anyway, let's get into the topic of the day. And that is, what food service company pays the most money, right? So every time I get that answer, or that question rather, my answer is the same. It's like, it varies. Even with the company that I work for, GFS, people ask me all the time, how much do you make? Or how much do they pay? Or can you make this amount of money? Can you make that amount of money? And it's like, my answer is the same. It's just, it varies. We get paid based on component pay. So, it's based on how many cases you take out, how many miles you drive, how many hours you work. So it's a lot of different things that factor into your overall pay. So it's hard to say, right? And most food service companies go off that same pay structure. Cases, miles, hours worked, things of that nature. That's typically how the pay structure is. So, your pay could be different. It could fluctuate, from week to week. But so it's hard to say, how much you make. And when I do throw out ballpark numbers, I always throw out gross numbers, because obviously everybody, may have different tax deductions and things of that nature coming out of paychecks. So I never give like net amounts. It's always like gross ballpark numbers that I throw out. So my answer is that it varies, right? I think a good thing to do when you guys making these comments, when it comes to pay with different companies, I only try to speak on things that I know for sure to be true, you know what I mean, from experience. I really don't like to speak on things that I don't know too much about, so I think when it comes to asking about different companies, obviously I work for GFS, so I don't know about Cisco, I don't know about US Foods or McLean or PFG or any of these companies, because I never worked for them. So I think a smart thing to do when it comes to asking a question about pay, ask some of the people in the comments. A lot of times you'll find that different drivers that work for different companies, they also comment on these videos. So if you see somebody that works for a company that you're trying to or considering applying to, ask that person in the comments, like, hey, how much you guys get paid, or what's the ballpark figure or salary as to what you guys get paid. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to ask those questions in the comments. You know, if you go back and you look at a lot of my videos, you know, I got Cisco drivers commenting, US Foods drivers commenting, PFG drivers commenting, even GFS drivers commenting, Ben and Keith drivers commenting, just different food service guys comment on my videos from time to time. And I think it's a good opportunity at that time, if you see it, to ask those particular people. And obviously, you know, like I said, it's gonna vary. Not only based on what I just mentioned in terms of miles, cases, and hours worked and things of that nature, but also location, you know, where you live. You know, it could be higher, you know, for different reasons in different areas. So, you know, that's another factor that you got to consider. But again, you know, in my opinion, you know, all food service companies, they make pretty decent money. So I don't think you can go wrong. Now, when it comes to the pay, now when it comes to other things, you know, management, maintenance on vehicles, you know, having good equipment, you know, trailers being loaded properly, you know, all those other things, you know, that's a whole nother conversation to have. So, you know, my suggestion or advice I would give to anybody getting in the food service industry is to, you know, really just do your research. Talk to people that work for the companies that you thinking about applying for. You know what I mean? Just talk to different people, or at least try to reach out to some people that's working for those companies that you want to get hired on to, or you want to apply for, just to kind of get an idea of what to expect or what to look for. That would be my recommendation. And obviously, you know, every location is different, but I think, you know, if you ask, you know, a lot of different people that's working for the same company, the same question, and you hearing the same answer, you know, it's probably a good chance that what they're telling you is the truth, right? So if you talk to a Cisco, if you talk to 5 Cisco drivers, or you see 5 people that work for Cisco, whether you're watching these YouTube videos and things of that nature, and they all, you know, coming up or saying the same thing about the company or the trucks or management or whatever the case is, the way they load trucks. And I'm just using Cisco for an example. You know, I'm not taking any shots at Cisco or any other food service company. I'm just using this for an example, right? If you hear the same thing about a certain company, you know, it could be some truth to that. So, you know, I think it's worth definitely doing your due diligence, doing your research on these companies, talking to different drivers that work for these companies, just to get an idea, you know, what the company is like as a whole by hearing it right out of the person's mouth that's working for that company. That would be my suggestion. But back on the pay, like I said, to me, it varies. So, yeah, I just think, you know, it's different. It just depends, like I said, on those things I mentioned earlier. So that's my answer. Definitely anybody who want to add to what I said in the comments, definitely drop your comment. Let me know what you think about the pay, who pays more, what food service company, what factors determines your pay. Let me know in the comments, to give some information to anybody out there considering coming on the food service game, right? Let me know in the comments, how's you guys' pay structure? Do you guys get paid component pay? What's the breakdown? How does that work for your specific company? All right, guys. that's gonna wrap up today's video. Once again, I appreciate you guys for checking in. Appreciate you guys for, watching the videos. Once again, another shout out to all you guys that's coming on board to the food service game. Good luck to y'all. Continue watching the channel. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.